Okay, I've got a new plan for this Ford 7700. My neighbor Bev was over last night and he was giving it a once over. He thinks my main priority after, well, he thinks maybe don't drop all the fluids, but Bev, if you're listening, I'm going to drop all the fluids. I'm just going to do that. And then I know what's new and what's good. I was talking to Harry, the fellow I bought this from. Sent him a message and he couldn't remember dropping the hydraulic oil out of the back end, so I think I better do it. But anyways, Bev was looking at, I told him I took the tractor for a tour, a little short tour around, and the steering was really sloppy, so I was thinking maybe I don't know, maybe the power steering pump was not working quite right or whatever, but it is tie rod ends and also the end on the cylinder. So I kind of decided that I would, and let me see if you can, oh yeah, that's all right. I thought I would do, this is a long tie rod end, and I don't know if somebody's welded that or what, but they have welded some other tie rod end to here, so that's gonna go. I don't know if I'll ever get that apart. Plus it's pretty long, it's probably gonna be rusted inside. We'll have to see whether that's actually gonna work out. I've hit everything with penetrating oil. So yeah, that tie rod end. Then on the spindle here, I got an upper bushing, lower bushing, and then like a thrust bearing for the bottom as well. So we'll do that on both sides. The only thing that's different over here on this side is where the cylinder meets the, what the heck is that? The, oh, I can't remember. This piece right here is named after somebody now. What the hell is that? Anyways, I can't remember. Somebody's gonna let me know. Anyways, that fitting right there on the end of the cylinder needs to go. It has, you know, the equivalent to a tie rod end on it. So yeah, that'll be thrust bearing, lower bushing, upper bushing, tie rod end, cylinder, actuating arm end, and then the tie rod end here, and the same treatment on the spindles. So we'll do that. There's one other part here on the, you know, like the, not the actuator arm, but the cylinder arm of the power steering cylinder, and I think it looks okay. I couldn't get grease in it, but I'll replace the Zerk and see if I can't get grease in there, because it doesn't really move around very much, but we'll see. So in the meantime, so I ordered those parts and they're on their way. It's not really expensive, that's the thing. I think it makes sense. It was going to be a breakdown for sure. Oh, one other thing too, the pivot bushing and I'll try and bring this camera right up in there, maybe. See if I can, yeah, that's pretty good. That bushing right there in the center of the front axle, I'm gonna try and pull the front axle off and replace that bushing. It's all of a like $4 part, but it's probably gonna be like, well, I have no idea how long that's gonna take me to get at. So, okay, so in the meantime, I want to check out the connections on the battery, see what the battery looks like. Haven't been in there at all. Oh, no, that's not true. I did try and put some penetrating oil on the connections, but I didn't really look at it. I just sprayed it kind of half in the dark. Anyways, so we'll have a look in here. I should want to let those two. So there's this lid, the battery, and there's that, so that's a heck of a huge battery. I thought it looked really old, but actually it's not really that old. With the smart start. My glasses on. But anyway, well, we'll see if we can't just get that battery looked at. Oh, okay. That's good. Right on. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave that guy there for a second. There we go. Just need a little more. Space. Wire's right on top of that negative post. Okay. Get myself a long screwdriver. Screwdrivers aren't just for screws. I get screws. Freaking everything, it seems like, eh? Not supposed to be, but yes, they are. You come off, buddy. Yeah, I'll have to remember it's kind of fed under there. Keep it away from that post. Okay. So there's those guys. Not too bad. That end's nice and new. Where did you feed that into? Oh, into this block. It's not too bad either. That was just sort of sitting there. Better job that. Get that right on here. I don't think I'll really mess with that. It's up on the solenoid on the starter. So I'll just leave that there. I'm surprised that's just sitting there. I don't know why that doesn't just fall right off. Get that on there pretty good there. Good enough? Okay. Good enough. That's good. Now, I have a feeling that the top of this should be is it going to give me a chance to get underneath, or am I going to have to find a way to lift this thing there? Oh, shit. You're a beast. Oh, yeah. Total beast. Kind of makes sense to put some oil in around there maybe. It's so dry. I don't want it too greasy though, so actually not too dirty. Somebody must have been in here at some point, because it's actually not too bad. I'll get a something to give that a really neat. Some of my small tools are in the house. We're bit of a project in there too. I'm gonna breathe that in. Out the holes it goes. That looks alright. Oh. Just a little bit of light oil in there in the corners, especially maybe. That'll be alright. Now this battery is pretty clean on all sides but the top. So I'll drop that back. Drop that guy back in. Clean the, holy crap, that's heavy. Clean the connections there. I'll start with the plastic on the top. And, just get a shop towel on that. Start with the connections there. That's better. It makes no difference for how this battery's going to operate really, but it's definitely not going to even trickle an arc across the case. I've seen that before on the truck I had. A little bit. Good seeped from the battery. Arced across that top of the battery at the electrons. This post is in good shape. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be garbage. I was expecting to buy a battery, so that's good. I got that nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Top doesn't matter, but get it clean. Alright, so where are you? It did look pretty good before, so that surface going. That's pretty awesome. And the negative terminal, get you. Let's get you too. I guess these are new cables. Pretty new. I don't know what new is on a 1977 tractor. New might be 15 years old. I have no idea what new is. I don't think this tractor has been used all that much other than Harry sat on a grain buggy and auger. Stuff like that. But, pretty insignificant tractor for Harry. He had the two huge New Hollands. New, beautiful tractors. This tractor was just sitting there not being used really too much, so he's like, he must have thought, I'm gonna sell that guy. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay. So I like what I'm seeing. Well, a little bit of crap right there, but I like what I'm seeing there. And what we'll do is get a little dielectric electric grease. I like to use this stuff. You can tell I like to use it because I'm almost out. I don't want to. Well, there we go. I've got some. So I'm not going to make these connections back again. I just want to get some of that on there. No. There. Positive That connection will be good. You don't really have to gob this on. I mean, a little bit on there, it'll help the electrodes. And it's grease that conducts electricity, so it doesn't interfere with the contact. You don't need very much. Just enough. Yeah, there's a little bit. Just
this half the size of a small pea. That's how much I put on my finger. And all 4 spots. So
there you go. That'll do. And I'll throw that back on my work bench. And the next time I use it, I'll be hoping that I have enough. Maybe I'll remember to buy another tube of it. Okay, super windy out there today. It's pretty intense wind to 90 kilometers an hour, I guess, something like that. My ladder, and I'm gonna see what's in here. I'm hoping it's kind of loose here where, see, there's a small bolt right there, but it's not, it's through and not holding on the